Warriors won their fourth game in a row tonight. Tonight was against the Spurs, and they won 100-94, which was a pretty gritty game. Came down to the end, really. I mean, the Warriors won by 6, not too big of a margin. And I mean, you're playing a Spurs team that's also fighting to get good seeding. I mean, they're sort of below us, but they're a team that has a lot of fight right now, as they're the 10 seed, and they're going to be in the play-in tournament. So the Warriors won tonight. It was a good win. 18 points for Jonathan Kuminga off the bench was kind of the highlight, and he was also 75% shooting, which was very accurate tonight. I mean, he played, to put it in perspective, Jordan Poole had 18 points as well, and Kuminga played 12 less minutes and finished with the same amount of points. So that's very impressive. Jordan Poole did good as well, of course, with 18 points and 8 assists, so he was very good passing. 12 for Draymond Green. That was a great performance, and he had 13 rebounds, so he finished with a double-double. He was very close to a triple-double. He had 8 assists as well, and he had 13 rebounds, so that was really good. Andrew Wiggins had 15 points, and that was pretty much it for the Warriors. But Bjelica, just 16 minutes playing, scored 12 points, so that's a very good ratio for him. And for the Spurs, they had a really good game from Lonnie Walker off the bench with 24 points, 15 for Trey Jones, and they didn't have DeJounte Murray in this game, and he's probably their best player, so they didn't have him. But yeah, that was pretty much That was pretty much it for the Spurs, but it was a good game for them overall. I mean, the Warriors led barely at the end of the first. Then the Warriors had a pretty good second quarter, but the Spurs had a pretty good third. And so, it was kind of back and forth in that account, but I wouldn't say it was a one-sided game at any point. I just think, overall it was pretty close, but I think the Warriors were pretty comfortable. So that was good to see. The Warriors, they shot well tonight, and that was good to, see from them. They were accurate, which, is something they aren't always super good at, being like shooting percentage, and I think that was something they were good at. And this is the second to last game of the regular season. The Warriors will play the Pelicans next, and the Warriors sort of control their own destiny for that number 3 spot. I mean, the Mavericks are 1 game behind us, which is really interesting, because if we lose against the Pelicans and the Mavericks win their next game, then we have an interesting situation where the Warriors and Mavericks have the same record. And if that happens, I think they'll go based on tiebreaker situation with wins against each other head-to-head. But I think it's an important game. We're going to play the Pelicans, a team that's the 9th seed, so almost equal to the Spurs. And if we beat the Spurs tonight, I'm confident we can beat the Pelicans, but you never know. That's our final game of the regular season, and then, we got the playoffs. And I think this is a great way to end the regular season on a 4-game winning streak, and hopefully after the next game, which is a back-to-back, which is tough. And the Warriors don't tend to do super well on back-to-backs. But if the Warriors can finish the regular season on a 5-game win streak with a lot of momentum, I think we're going to look good for the first round of the playoffs. Especially for the 3 seed. I mean, we'll secure that spot with the win tomorrow, depending on where you are. But I think, honestly, it was a good win today. It was definitely a gritty win that required a lot of clutch shooting from the Warriors down the stretch, and they did so well. I think the Spurs had a chance to come back, and I was a tiny bit worried at points that they would, but I think, honestly, I think the Warriors did good tonight. They were 40% from field goal percentage, and so were the Spurs. 3-point percentage tonight wasn't great at 25%. They could have done better on that, but I think overall they shot well from the free throw line. Kuminga was great. He was aggressive. He was really good at getting shots up in the paint, and I was really happy with that. And the Warriors also out-rebounded the Spurs, and that's something they don't normally do, out-rebounding the opposing team. And so that was good to see, and the offensive rebounds were really helpful. There was 13-4 Warriors in terms of offensive rebounds. And so that was really good, and that really helped them. Second chance points are huge. And so, yeah, anyways, guys, the Warriors beat the Spurs today, 100-94, and we'll play the Pelicans next. And that'll close out the regular season. So let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, go Warriors.